You see what I mean about staggering them? This piece here was a full-length piece, like that. And then you drop back and you drop back again. Then you come back with another full long piece over there. So your whole floor is interlocking nice and tight and snug. You know, this one is just a hair short, but I'm getting 2 or 3 of these and I want to use up my product. So I'm going to use them. This one could be a little bit longer, and I'll just have to keep watching if I get some extra scrap. But if I don't, I can use something like that. Because this room is so short though, if I use this one, I'm going to measure 47 1/4, 47 1/4, and see how close to the end wall I am. You know? So I always want to do that so I don't find out that I put one in like this, and I measure over, I put 2 pieces in, and then find out, oh shoot, I have to cut a piece. I got a gap at the end, 5/8 of an inch, and I've got to be 3/8. What am I going to do? Then I'd have to take the whole row back off, which is okay, you could do that. But can you imagine if your room was 25 feet long? You'd have to unsnap a few of them. But, you know, if you do, you do. Just be aware of that as you go. Now I was checking out YouTube on a couple of things, and I saw this one guy, he actually did the entire row first. He took another piece. Before he put this one in, he put the next piece in like that and snapped it in. Then snapped in the next one. Then he lifted the whole thing up in one go and started one end, and then you have to tap, 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 tap. I've tried it, and it takes a while to do it that way. You want to tap in right here, and then when you come over here, this side lifts out. So if you try that, I don't know if it's going to go any faster. You're going to need 2 people to kind of hold it so that as you're pushing it in, you can click in 3 or 4 lengths at a time. But, you know, I'm usually doing floors by myself, and my technique and the way I do it just seems to do just fine. If you get tired of getting up and down off your knees, you can come up here and do it this way. You can still do it this way. It's just trickier to snap it in the entire way, like I was showing you before. You know? So normally, if I'm doing it that way, I just hold down on this, tap this a little bit, tap, 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 and it's in. That kind of stretches my back out a little bit too. That feels good. I'll do that for a couple rows, and I'll get down on my hands and knees and do some the other way. So once you get tired of one way, don't take a rest. Come on, you can finish. Stand up and do it. When you get tired of that, kneel down and do it. We got to get this done. Every once in a while, look back, and if you get any sweat marks or anything on your floor, wipe them off, because you don't want to slip on those. Now, I've got the air conditioner off, I got the window closed, I got the ceiling fan off, because I didn't want you to hear all that, so I'm sweating like a big dog. And every once in a while, if I put my hand down, I might get a mark on there. So I wipe that off as I go, because I don't want to step over here and slip on it, or when it dries, it leaves a mark. So clean up after yourself. Can you imagine how fast a floor could possibly go down if you had another person helping you? One person could be cutting, another person could be doing, you know, fitting in your boards. And it would go a lot faster. You know, so if you got a helper, you can have him help you. You can show him how to put these snap together panels in, and you can do all the cutting and measuring and figuring out. And you only have to take a few minutes to show somebody how to do this, put this flooring together. You could do all the cutting, and you could get a cheap laborer or a freebie to help you out. Always thinking how to save you money. Will you you get lucky putting these in sometimes without using the paddle? Maybe. You just fit it in there. Hold on to it, push down here. I showed you how from going the other direction, but now I'm getting close to the wall here, so I just push on there, and sometimes it snaps right into place without using the paddle. I would encourage you to get the paddle though. It really works out good in places where it's not going to snap down, okay? They don't cost very much. You'll be glad you got one. Going to have to start working on top of this floor to get the last little section here. So when you do that, be real careful, because if you've got any sawdust on here and you're working on top of it, you could slip and hurt yourself. So be careful of that. Check my joint back there and tap it in. Check it out. Looks like it needs to go a little further. Sweet. Remember that corner? That's where we started. Now see all those shims I had to use along there? On each piece. So I've got 2 shims at each joint there, because I had to do that. Now I'm running out of shims. What do I do for the last few pieces? Well, I don't need these shims up against the wall anymore, do I? Now I need the ones up against this back wall because I'm still pounding and everything's going that way. But like the first 5 or 6 rows there, from the right hand corner on down to the left, I can take those out now and then I can use those. So I don't need to have to go buy any more shims. Let's see how easy these shims are going to be to get out now. Because see, each one of these panels that I had to put another piece on to tap it and tap it and tap it this way. So these have gotten a little bit tighter, but I think I can still get them out of here. Got that slide, that little slit right there, and pull them out, see? There, that worked out good. Okay, now I got those shims for the rest of my project.